I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul William Sofori. Today we have Science for Basic 5. Before we start, let me know your name. So go to the comment section and write your name, the name of your school, the name of your town. Okay, so today what do we have? We have this as our topic. Germination of beans and maize seeds. Germination of beans and maize seeds. So today's lesson is about germination. Germination of seeds. But we are looking at maize and beans. How seeds of maize germinate, how seeds of beans also are germinate. That is what we are going to learn. So if you want to, in future, if you want to become a farmer, today you have to pay attention. Even if you don't want to become a farmer, you still need to pay attention because this will help you one day. How seeds of beans germinate, how seeds of maize also are germinate. Now, there are some key words that we need to look at. The first one is germination. Germination. So what is germination? Germination is a process where seed develop into young plants. So all seeds develop into what? Young plants. You know, the plant that we have, some of them are from seeds, some of them are from stems, some of them are from different parts of the plants. But those that come from the seed, they go through a process. That process is called germination. The next one is necessary. Necessary means importance. Something that is important, something that is essential, that something that you cannot do away with. That is necessary. The next word is conditions. Conditions. Conditions also means a state of something, circumstances that we can find something in. So conditions of something, we are talking about the state of something. Okay. The next word is monocotyledons. Monocotyledons. So this word, let me break it down for you. Mono means one. Mono means one. Cotyledon or cotyledons refers to seed leaves. So if you say monocotyledon, it means one seed leaf. Mono means one. Cotyledon is what? Seed leaf. So one seed leaf. Some seeds, they have only one leaf during germination. Some too has two. So those that have two, we call it dicotyledon. Dicotyledon. Okay. Now let's look at this. Plants multiply in numbers in different ways. The seed is the part of a plant that is used to reproduce new plants. What is germination? Germination is a process by which a seed develops into a new plant or seedling. So plants grow, but before they grow, they have to be what? Or they need to go through a process. That process, I've told you that it is called what? Germination. That is when the young plant develops from the seed. The young plant develops from the seed. That process is called what? Germination. Okay. Now, before germination can take place, before a seed can develop new young ones, it needs some conditions. It needs some conditions. So these conditions are so important that without them, there is no way germination can take place. So we are going to look at the conditions that are necessary for seeds to what? Germinate. Conditions that are necessary for seeds to germinate. Okay, so here, these are the conditions. Before a seed can germinate, the seed needs what? Water. So we have water, oxygen. Oxygen. The seed needs what? Oxygen. The seed also needs suitable temperature. Suitable temperature. And what again? Suitable light. Suitable light. It also needs a healthy seed or variable seed. A healthy seed or variable seed. So these are the things that seeds need before they can what? Germinate. These 5 things are the things that are so necessary. Without them, there is no way seed can germinate. And let me tell you that if any of this is out, germination will be a problem. So if you sow a seed and after weeks no germination has taken place, then it tells you that one of these conditions wasn't pleasant. So if you want to have your seed germinated, ensure that all these are present. Now, water. You can water. Oxygen, that is air. Yes, that one you have no control, but there should be oxygen in the soil. The next one, suitable temperature. If the land becomes too hot, it can affect germination. Light too is also important because plants need light. We have a healthy seed or variable seed. So if the seed is attacked by weevil, if the seed is broken, if the seed is even dead, there is no way germination can take place. So these conditions are necessary ones that needs to be present before germination can take place. So in exams, if you are asked to write 5 necessary conditions, 4 necessary conditions for germination, these are the things that you need to write. Okay, so let's continue. Plants that grow from seeds include maize, beans, rice, pepper, tomatoes, etc. All these seeds have 3 main parts, which are the seed coats, the seed leaves, that is cotyledon, and the embryo, baby plants. So all seeds have these 3 parts. And let me tell you that we have different parts of plants. Some plants we use the stem for planting, or we use the stem as planting material or for reproduction. Some too we use the seed. We are talking about seed. Okay, so the seed that we have, they all have 3 parts. We have seed coats, the seed leaf, that is cotyledon, and the embryo, that is the baby plant. So these are the parts that plants, or seeds of plants have. So if I ask you to mention 3 parts of a seed, the first one is seed coats, we have embryo, and then we have the seed leaf, which is the cotyledon. Okay. Now we are going to look at the 3 parts in details. Okay, so let's continue. We are looking at the parts of the seed. We have the seed coats. It covers the seed and what is inside it from any harm. So one part of the seed, which is the seed coat, the function is that it covers the seed and what is inside the seed. So that is the function of the seed coat. Okay. The next one is the embryo. The embryo is also called the baby plant. So if you see that plant is coming out of the seed, that part is called embryo. That part is called embryo. So the embryo is the inner part that grows or germinates into a seedling. So the plants, the baby plant that comes out of the seed is called the embryo. The next one is the seed leaf. The seed leaf has other name. That name is called cotyledon. Cotyledon. Now let's look at what seed leaf or cotyledon is. It stores and supplies food to the embryo to function. Some seeds germinate with 1 seed leaf, while others germinate with 2 seed leaves. Monocotyledons refer to seeds that germinate with 1 seed leaf. Examples are here: maize, wheat, onion. Dicotyledons refers to seeds that germinate with 2 seed leaves. We have examples here: beans, tomatoes, mangoes. So with cotyledon, also called the seed leaf. Plants or seeds, they have what we call cotyledon. The cotyledon stores food for the baby plants. It also supplies the food that it has stored to the baby plants. The function is that it feeds the baby plants for it to grow. The baby plant, which is also called the embryo, that is the function of the seed leaf, the cotyledon. Remember that some seeds germinate with only one seed leaf. So a seed that germinates with only one seed leaf is called monocotyledon. Mono means one. If the seed germinates with two seed leaves, that seed is called dicotyledon. Di means two, which means dicotyledon. Two seed leaves. Monocotyledon, one seed leaf. So that is what you should understand. The three parts are the seed coat, which covers the seed. The next one is the embryo, the part that comes out as plants. And then the seed leaf, it is the part that stores food and supplies the food to the baby plant or the embryo. Okay, now so this is how germination of beans take place. This is how germination of maize also take place. So if you look at it carefully, you will see that here, the bean is here, it is here, and look at the movement of it. So it moves upwards to get to this point, and it will come out of the soil. We will see it. But this one, the maize, will be in the soil. You will not see it during germination. And so it will be in the soil like that. So this is how it looks like. Okay. Now let's come to this side. Stages of germination of beans and maize seed. So germination take place in stages, one after the other. So let's look at what happened first, next, and that's in that order. So here, the first thing that happens during germination is that the seed coat, which is the cover, expands when it absorbs water. I told you that water is one of the things that seeds need before they can germinate. Water. So when the seed coat absorbs water, it expands. What happens after it has expanded is that the seed coat ruptures or peels off. So the seed coat will be removed. The next one is that the roots will sprout. The roots will come out. You see the roots. After the roots have come out, the next thing that will happen is that the stem and seed leaves will also sprout. So the roots will come first. After the seed coat has been removed, the roots will come out first, followed by stem and seed leaf. Now, the last thing is that the roots that came first and the stem that later also came out, they will become very long. That is, they become elongated. So the roots and the stem becomes elongated. So these are the 5 stages. 1, the seed coat will expand when it absorbs water. 2, the seed coat will peel off. 3, the roots will sprout. 4, the stem and the seed leaves will also sprout. The last point or the last stage is when the roots and the stem becomes elongated. You see that at this stage, the roots will be growing long. This side too will become long. So this is how bean seed, the germination stages, this is how it looks like. The maize seed, this is how the germination stages also look like. Compare the two. You will see that with this and with this, they are not the same. Let me show you what I've seen and what I want you to know. Look at the position of the bean seed here. Look at it, look at it. Now look at it. So it moves upwards. Look at the position of the maize seed. Look at it, look at it, look at it. You can see that the maize seed the beans are always, or sorry, the seeds are always in the soil, but with the bean seed, the seed will what? Come out. We will look at it in details. Now, we have differences in germination between maize seed and bean seed. Now, maize seed and bean seed, what are the differences during germination? What happens? One, the cotyledons remains in the soil. I've told you that the cotyledon is the seed leaf. So in maize, the cotyledon that supplies food, that gives food to the embryo, will remain in the soil. So we call it hypogyle. Hypogyle. So this is maize for you. Beans, when I ask you to notice the movements, you realize that the beans, later on, we did not see the seed inside the soil. Let's look at it. The cotyledon appears above the ground. The cotyledon appears above the ground. So if you look at it here, this is the bean. This, you see, this is the cotyledon. You see the cotyledon. It has now moved out. That white thing is the cotyledon. This one, we now see it above the ground. But this one, it is always found in the ground. So here we are saying that the cotyledon remains in the soil. That is for maize. But when it comes to beans, the cotyledons appears above the ground. So if a seed or a cotyledon remains in the soil, we say that germination is called hypogyle. And then if the cotyledon appears above the ground, we say it is epigyle. Epigyle. So here, hypogyle and epigyle, they are different. When the cotyledon remains in the soil, that is hypogyle. But when the cotyledon appears above the soil, we say what? It is epigyle germination. The next thing that you should also know about the two seeds. The maize seed is a monocotyledon seed because it germinates with only one seed leaf. The bean seed is a dicotyledon seed because it germinates with two seed leaves. Now let's go back and see the seed leaves. Here, it is not showing clearly. Let me go back and see. Yes, typical example is here. So the seed leaf, look at it. We have two here. That is, two means die. But here, we have only one coming out. We have only one. It germinates with only one. But here, it germinates with two. Have we seen the two? This one, have we seen the two leaves? But here, it germinates with only one. So this is one. That is why we call it mono. This, it comes out with two leaves. That's why we call it di. So two leaves means dicotyledon. One leaf is called monocotyledon. So here we have seen the difference. We have seen that beans and maize during germination, what happens are different. What happens to beans, what happens to maize, they are not the same. One, the maize seed remain in the soil, but the bean seed appears above the soil. And two, the maize seed, it germinates with only one seed leaf. So we call it what? Monocotyledon. But the bean seed germinates with two seed leaves. So we call it what? Dicotyledon. So these are the differences. We are coming to the end of the lesson. You should understand that today we have learned about germination. Before germination can take place, there are some conditions that are important, that are necessary. These conditions need to be present before germination can take place. Without this condition, germination will not take place. We have seen water, oxygen, suitable temperature. We have seen viable seed or healthy seed. And we have also seen light. Okay, we have seen the differences between how seed of maize germinate and how seed of beans also what? Germinates. The difference that we have seen, one is that with the maize seed, the seeds remain in the soil. But with beans, the cotyledon appears above what? The soil. The maize, the cotyledon remain in the soil, but the beans, the cotyledon appears above the ground. Maize also germinate with only one seed leaf. Beans germinate with 2 seed leaves. We have seen the stages. The first one is that the seed coat will absorb water and expand. What happens next, or the next stage, is that the seed coat, because it has absorbed water and expanded, it will peel off. What will come out first is the root. That is the third stage. The root will come out first. The fourth stage, the stem and the seed leaf will also what? Come out. That is the fourth stage. The last stage, that is when the roots will have to grow long, the stem too has to what? Grow long. So these are the stages that all seeds go through. All seeds, these are the stages that they go through. So in exams, if you are asked to write the stages of seed germination, know which one you should start first, which one will follow in that manner. Okay, so in summary, seeds need suitable conditions before they can germinate. The stages of germination of beans and maize are not the same. We have learned about monocotyledon and dicotyledon seeds. We have also learned about hypogel and epigel seeds. Now, this is what we have done. We have exercises here: exercise 1, exercise 2, exercise 3, exercise 4, exercise 5, and then we have our home assignments. So let me read the home assignments. Educate your sister in basic 3 about the following: A. Germination. B. Types of germination. C. Conditions necessary for germination. So just educate your sister, write something about this, and this is your home assignment. We've come to the end of our lesson. Remember to get copy, read the book, watch the lesson or the video. If there is something that you didn't get to understand, and take your time, watch it. Your teachers, your parents are there. Go to them and ask for further explanation. They can help you. If you want to reach out to me for further clarification, you can use the number over there. Our books are available. Apart from science, we have Asante Tree, we have Epiapim Tree. All our lessons are on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, so you can go there. Remember to share, subscribe, share, and follow us so that our channel will grow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.